Hi everyone, welcome back to Quirky Pineapples. If you're new here, I'm Vina, a plant-based recipe developer, and I'm back with another What I Eat in a Day. But this one's a little bit different. I feel like almost all of them, I've made them a little bit different, but this one's a little bit different because not only did we just get back from Japan a few days ago, we got back on Sunday, today is Friday, so there's like a lot of errands that I need to run, but today is also like my last sort of official day before the weekend at least that I am off for the summer. So I have like a few things that I need to get done today. Actually, I can't even say I have a few things. I've got a lot of things that I have to get done today. And so I thought I'd take you guys along with me as I go and do all of these things. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna film in all of these places because I have quite a few things to do, but I thought I'd show you what I eat in a typical busy day. And sometimes that means that I'm out of my kitchen for a while and I have to like eat convenience foods and things like that. But just because I'm eating convenience foods doesn't mean that they can't be fairly healthy or I can't get all my protein and different things like that. Oops, I knocked something over. But yeah, so today I'm showing you what I eat in a really busy day. And honestly, this is pretty realistic as far as maybe about 3 days a week for me. Especially when I go back to work. I have a lot of different things that I have to do. I'm out of my home for 8 hours a day. And I mean, really 9 hours if you count the commute. So sometimes you just have to eat whatever's available to you. And so like this morning for my breakfast, I actually have like a leftover TTLA sandwich. Is it gonna focus? There we go. I have like my leftover TTLA sandwich that I got from, not Trader Joe's, but that I got from Whole Foods yesterday. And I didn't finish it. So I had planned on having like yogurt and muesli, but one of the things that I have to do today is go and get gas from Costco. And if you know anything about going to Costco for gas, you need to get there early so that you're not sitting in line for a long time because it's, you know, less expensive than some of the other gas stations. And so I'm just gonna have my sandwich. And I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to have it for lunch anyway, because I think I'm gonna be gone from my house for lunchtime. So I'm just gonna eat this for breakfast. I'm also going to take my vitamins right now. I have my Ritual vitamins that I usually take. And then I have my Semaine vitamins that I take for my hormone balancing. And just like a big jug of water. I'm actually gonna take this with me today, again, because I'm gonna be out for quite a few hours and I don't want to get myself caught up being really thirsty or dehydrated. So my water is gonna go with me. And I've got it all iced up. So what I have on the to-do list today, let me open it up because yeah, what I have on the to-do list today, number 1, get gas. 2, I need to go to Saks Fifth Avenue because Husbatron ordered a jacket or a sweater or something like that, and they mailed it to him with the security tag on it. So I have to take it to my nearest Saks so that they can take the security tag off. It's Donut Friday. So there's this thing in my house called Donut Friday where I like to stop and get Husbatron and I donuts before, before we get the day started or on the way home. So usually when I'm working, I'll stop at the donut shop on the way home. But because I've been off all summer, I haven't made my way over to that area to go get donuts. So I have failed profusely at Donut Fridays all summer long. I also need to go to Target to just go pick up a couple of things. I need to go to the post office because I got a graduation card for my friend way back in May. Like she graduated getting her master's degree. I think it's like her 3rd degree. I'm so proud of her. She got her master's degree back in May. And I bought the card back in May, but I've been so busy all summer that I haven't and there's really no excuse. Like I can set reminders and do what I need to do, but I did not do that. And so the card has just been sitting on my nightstand waiting to be mailed to her. And so I need to mail that. And then I also got a postcard from my mom when we were in Japan. And I know, before you get in my comments talking about, well, you're supposed to mail the postcard when you're still at that location. Look, Sometimes I mail my postcards when I get home because it can be a little difficult sometimes, especially in another country, finding a postal service. So I am just gonna mail my mom her postcard from here, and then I have like gifts and souvenirs for her, along with my cousin, my sister cousin, because ever since she found out that we were going to Japan, she was sending us like all these reels and TikToks and things like that, like of suggestions of what to do. And so I just love her so much for that. So I wanted to make sure I got some gifts for her and her daughters. And so I'll show you what those are a little bit later. But yeah, so gotta send out postcard, graduation card, and souvenirs to family. And then, of course, I have to go to UPS to send off those things. And I'm thinking maybe a car wash, because our car was sitting in the like economy park at LAX for 10 days, just getting dusty. And I don't think, have I washed the car? I think I've washed the car like once all summer. Don't judge me. And then we have to do the summer bucket list recap to see how I did on the summer bucket list this summer. So yeah, we got a lot to do. I like how I say we, because you guys are probably chilling at home watching this and I'm running around, but it's okay. I've got a lot to do today. And so you're going to see how I eat on days like this. And it's just going to be real. You know, sometimes we get caught up out in the world and we just got to eat and we have to do what we have to do. And that's what today is. Like I said, I was going to have yogurt and muesli. Can't do yogurt and muesli because I need to get my butt out of the house. So I'm having my leftover sandwich, taking my vitamins, grabbing my water, and getting it scooting. But yeah, so I'm going to take you guys along with me on that. And then I will probably check back in with you guys at lunchtime. But I might try to talk to the camera a little bit while I'm out and about. But we'll see, of course. All right. I'll see you as I journey on and take you guys with me. Okay, so I probably look a little like shiny from it being a little bit warm. It's not too bad today, which is really nice. But I went to Saks, and turns out they don't open until 11. And so I decided to stop and get my donuts. And so I think I'm gonna show you. Let's see, I got a Boston cream, and I just got like a sprinkle. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah. And they're delicious vegan donuts from a spot that I like to go to in Costa Mesa called Good Town. And they're just really, really good. And so usually when I'm in the area, I like to stop and grab a donut. So that's what I did. And then I also got a matcha latte just to kind of like hold me over as I run around today. It's a pretty good one with oat milk. But yeah, so I'm waiting for Saks to open. I'm gonna head back over there now because they're not too far away from each other. It's just like over the freeway, over like the freeway overpass, and then I just have to go back over. It's like literally like, I don't know, 5 minutes away or something like that. And so I'm gonna go back over there. I already got gas. I was surprised because there was a long line to get in, but once I got into the gas station area, I didn't have to wait and I was able to get in and out. So that was perfect. If you know anything about how expensive gas is in California, you understand why I go to Costco, because there's some times where gas is almost $5 a gallon. And it just kind of sucks, but I think I was able to get it for like $3.99. I'm always happy when there isn't a 4 there. And I understand it's like a penny, but I'm happy when it's not $4 per gallon. So yeah, so I am going to get myself over to Saks to go get this security tag off of this jacket. And then I have other things to do. I'm still trying to figure out, I think I'm going to go to Target, but I'm not sure. I don't know if everyone else does this, where you like start the furthest away from where you need to go and then you work your way back closer to home. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I have to figure out like which Target am I going to and which like what my route is going to be before I get back home. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys. I keep saying at lunchtime, but I'm not really sure when I'm going to have lunch. But yeah, I'm going to head over to Saks right now. All right, you guys, guys, so it's lunchtime. I'm back from the first half of my errands. And okay, so whenever I say the word errands, it makes me want to go, did you finish those errands? From SpongeBob. Anyway, so I finished half of my errands and then I grabbed lunch. So as you can see, I got sweet green, mostly because I wanted to try to eat something, I guess, like as healthy as possible and like as nutritious as possible. So I just got like a greens and grains of like kale, quinoa, I got carrots, broccoli, and I believe like crispy onion and tofu. So nothing too crazy. But I am gonna say, like, I bought 2 bowls from there, like one for me, one for Husband, and I walked out spending almost like $40. And I'm like, okay, this is why I don't always go to these types of places. And I like to make a lot of this stuff at home. But again, it's a busy day, so you know, you have to pay for convenience. But my Lord, I'm like, after they finish like adding everything on, I don't know how they charge there, but it's like build a bowl like $11, and then my husband's bowl was like $16, and then I'm like, I don't know how we went from what would have been about $30 to $40. I don't know. So yeah, but it's helping me out today, so I'm not gonna complain too much. And then, okay, I don't know that y'all are really my friends, because why did y'all let me leave this house after eating a tempeh sandwich that had garlic aioli on it? So I'm walking around, running around all over town with garlic breath. Why y'all let me eat that before I left the house? Goodness gracious. Now, granted, I'm like, I was satiated, but still, I had to do a lot of interacting with people, and I kept thinking to myself, man, I really hope that they don't smell my garlic breath. But yeah, so, and I think I got like the cashew dressing on this. So I tasted it a little bit so far. It's pretty good. It is kind of a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I think I'm gonna end up probably having half of this for dinner or something like that too, but we'll see. The tofu is actually pretty good. I feel like a lot of places, sorry, me too. I feel like a lot of places that aren't vegan, but they have vegan options, sometimes the tofu or whatever that protein is kind of lacking in flavor, but it's actually pretty good, I will say. So I'll give them that. And yeah, so what did I accomplish while I was gone? I got gas. I went to Saks Fifth Avenue and got that security tag thing taken off of Husband's jacket. I picked up the donuts, which you guys should have seen. And then I went to Target to pick up a couple of things that were needed for the house. Like we needed coffee creamer and Ziploc bags. I don't use Ziploc bags often and for everything, but I specifically needed some Ziploc bags for my gifts, and I'll explain why. And then we needed Band-Aids. I usually try to keep stocked up on things like Band-Aids and stuff like that in the house, and I noticed we didn't have any like regular ones. So yeah, now what I still have to do is prepare my gifts that I need to send from Japan, that I got from Japan. I need to still go to the post office. I still need to go to UPS, and I still maybe need to wash the car. I'm gonna be in that area, so I think maybe I should. But some of the gifts that I got, we'll start with my mom. Like I said, I got her a postcard, which I have on the counter there, but I also got her like a cute little like Miffy that I got from the Miffy Bakery, the little Miffy Bakery kitchen in Kyoto. And then I got her a little Snoopy. Now I know this doesn't look very like Japanese or anything like that, or have any, I looked for Snoopys that had some type of Japan or something to indicate where we got him from, but I couldn't find it, so I did just get this one. And so there's like this cute thing that I do whenever I go out of town. I try to find a Snoopy in that town. And it is interesting because Snoopy seems to be an ongoing souvenir in different places that you visit. And so if you really look hard enough, you can find a Snoopy that kind of signifies where you got him from. And so this particular Snoopy, he just has an ice cream cone, but he was kind of like the only Snoopy that I could really find for her. And I like to send her Snoopies, one, because she really likes Snoopy, And two, when she was growing up, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, but I remember her saying that her family dog was named Snoopy. So whenever I go out of town, I get her a postcard and I try to get her a Snoopy. And if I can't find her a Snoopy, then I try to get her like something else that's synonymous with the place that we visit. Like for example, when we went to Hawaii, I found her a Snoopy with a surfboard that said Hawaii on it. When we went to DC, I got her a little astronaut one that I got from the Smithsonian, and it said DC on it. But this one, I couldn't find a Snoopy that had some type of like indication that he's from Japan. So I'm just kind of hoping that she'll remember, you know, when she sees like, oh, this is the one from Japan. And I think I might have sent her one more Snoopy, but I'm not sure. So my goal is just for her to have a bunch of Snoopies from different places, different lands. So I have those for my mom, and I'm hoping I can put these maybe in a bubble envelope. And then for my sister cousin, I wanted to make sure I got her some fun stuff. And for the girls, I got these cute like Hello Kitty chopsticks. And I even got a set for myself because they're really cute. I got some Hello Kitty chopsticks for her. And then her girls aren't super far apart in age, so I got them identical little Miffy stuffies. And they're cute and corduroy. So I wanted to get something either similar or exact, because I know sometimes kids, like, I don't want them fighting over like, oh, I want that one instead or this one. So I just got them things that are identical. So yeah, so those are my souvenirs. So I bought Ziploc bags because I have had incidents where I've sent soft things to people, like, you know, clothing and things like that, and water gets into the box and it damages it. So I wanted to make sure that I put the stuffed animals into Ziploc bags to kind of protect them while they're in the box that I send. So yeah, so those are the gifts that I got. I got a few things for myself too, but maybe I'll share that in a different video. Or I'll have shared it in like maybe one of my Japan videos that I talk about. But yeah, those were the gifts that I got for friends and family. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish up my lunch and then I'm going to head out again. Thankfully, it's not too hot today, but I'm gonna finish my lunch and I'm going to head out again so that I can send out gifts and cards and all of that. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I have to do things on my day off because I'll have it in my mind to do things when I get off from work. And sometimes I'm so tired from work, like my 9 to 5, that I will just be like, oh, I just want to go straight home. And then I'll pass the post office or I'll pass the UPS or whatever it is that I have to do and put it off for another day. And so I'm probably the most productive and on top of things usually in the summer, or during like school breaks. Like that's when I schedule my doctor's appointments and when I, you know, try to get certain things done, because otherwise it's kind of difficult to do. But I can't complain because I know that not everyone has these types of breaks. But I do try to utilize them as much as I can. And so I feel kind of silly that there's some things that I could have sent a long time ago, like my friend's graduation card, and I just got caught up in the summer. And then I blinked and it was like, oh gosh, the summer is pretty much over. Her kids are going back to school. I'm going back to work. So yeah. All right. So I will see you guys probably at the post office a little bit. I don't know if you're allowed to film in the post office, so I don't know if I'm going to film in there. But I will probably take you guys with me when I go to UPS and wash the car and all of that, because I do think I really want to get the car washed. And then you guys will see me back here at dinner time. All right, so it's dinner time, and I'm super proud of myself because I checked off everything on my to-do list, even washing the car, even though it was a maybe. So now I feel better that it was a pretty productive day, but it was just super busy. I think I got started with the day at about 9 a.m. and didn't finish until a little before 4 o'clock. So I'm glad that I took time to make sure that I ate, because sometimes, being totally honest, if I'm running around, sometimes I will forget to eat, which I really hate when I do. But yeah, so when husband Sean and I were in Japan, when we got to Tokyo, we ate at T's Tan Tan. And so it wasn't the easiest thing to find vegan ramen all over Tokyo, but there was one particular spot in Tokyo Station that we had to sort of like navigate and figure out how to find within the station because it's pretty big. And it was so worth the hunt because it was so good. It was like this sesame paste like based ramen, and then it had like ground soy meat in it, which was really, really good. And so when we were leaving, we noticed that they had these cup noodles on the shelf, and we bought some. We bought like 2 of them and ended up eating them one night because there was a typhoon. There was a typhoon while we were there, and we needed something to eat. So we ended up eating our cup noodle. But I found that they sell the cup noodle. Now, I don't know if it's like a limited time thing, but they sell the cup noodle in the natural Lawsons, which is apparently a new thing in like the Minato City and Roppongi area of Tokyo. And so they're like trying out like these natural Lawson convenience stores. And in the natural Lawsons, there are more vegan options, and there are more like organic things that you can find. And so they just so happen to have these in the store too. So we ended up buying more so that we could take them home. Now I don't know if you're technically allowed to bring food from another country, but I just know when we came past Border Patrol, nobody asked anything about whether we were bringing food, and they didn't have us fill out any sheet saying that we weren't or anything like that. So I'm just gonna assume that we're innocent in the situation. But just to add more protein, I just kind of like fried up some puffed tofu or fried tofu. And what I really like about the puffed tofu is that it's like super spongy. Let me see if I can show you. Like, it stays pretty crispy on the outside, even though I've put it in my soup. But if you see the texture, come on, focus. There we go. It's very spongy in the inside. And so it ends up like sucking up all the broth. So I just decided to add some puffed tofu to it to add some protein. But I will say the cup noodle doesn't taste exactly like the noodle bowl that you would get at the restaurant, but it is still pretty darn good, especially since it's like sesame based. It's just really good and really like, I don't know how to describe it besides just really like umami and super, super flavorful. So I was really happy to see these outside of the actual restaurant. So we only had 4 of them. I just ate 1. So I probably won't eat one of these for another like couple weeks because I'm kind of like rationing them out. Because, you know, once they're gone, they're pretty much gone. And hopefully the next time we go to Japan, then they have them, I can bring more. But so good. I'm hoping I can like reverse engineer it and try and figure out how to make it myself. If I find like sesame paste and all of that. But yeah, so simple, right? Because I ran around all day. I wasn't interested in doing a ton of cooking, but still getting my protein for the day. And then I even had a bunch of leftovers from my lunch from Sweet Green earlier today. I think I was only able to eat like maybe half of it. So the rest of it, I just put in a glass container so that I can have it for tomorrow. And then I'm gonna push this out of the way because I did want to check in with you guys because technically today is my last day of summer. So I wanted to check in on my little list here. This was my summer bucket list that I did at the beginning of the summer, and let's go through it. So I wanted to go to the beach twice, and I did. So I've been able to check that one off. I wanted to go to the pool twice. I did. However, I went to the pool twice and hung out. I didn't actually get in. So I'm still going to give myself a check because I went, but I do need to get into the pool. And then one do nothing day a week. I did honor that as much as I possibly could. I honored it. Of course, like when I was in Japan, there was no do nothing day in Japan. And then this sort of catch up, I did work today, but I do think as far as when I was home, I did my do nothing day. I had a solo lunch date, which you guys saw in a previous video, so I was able to check that off. Finishing 2 books. I finished 1 book and my nonfiction, or I finished my nonfiction, but I didn't finish my fiction book. So I'm going to try to finish that up. I'm probably only like 2 chapters into that one, but I do give myself a pat on the back for trying, because aiming for 2 and still getting 1 full book read for the summer is still good. Finished 1 TV series. So I had the worst time trying to figure out a TV series to watch. So you guys were giving me like ideas, and someone reminded me about Emily in Paris, which I watched the other day, and I watched all 5 episodes and I was super hurt because it's usually 10, but I guess they're going to release the other 5 on a later date. But technically I will count that as finishing a TV series. And if that doesn't count to you guys, then I did finish Malcolm in the Middle. So that was that. And then visit Sister Cousin. That did not happen. And I hate that that didn't happen, but I sent her gifts today and hopefully she forgives me. But I didn't get a chance to go visit Sister Cousin. And then learning how to order vegan options in Japanese. I'm going to check that off because for the most part, I did learn how to order vegan options, but I really actually didn't need a ton of help with that, which was really nice. And finding some of the vegan restaurants there, a lot of the people who work there tended to speak English, or the menu was in English and Japanese. So it helped. And we didn't really go to too many places that weren't just strictly vegan. I think we went to 1 place, but I actually ended up not ordering anything. And then one thing that satisfies little Vina, I don't think I did that. I feel like I didn't take the time to really reflect and figure that thing out. And this is probably the one I'm most disappointed in, because I really was supposed to take a moment for myself this summer to think about that. Even though, yes, I took some time to, really focus on YouTube, and I was able to see my numbers grow and all of that good stuff. And though I think that does satisfy little Vina a little bit by getting in front of the camera and expressing myself and not being afraid, that isn't quite it. Like, I know that that's not the thing. So it might be something that I have to further examine. Because I do try to satisfy my inner child from time to time, and I just don't know that I did that this summer. But hey, there's always like winter break, there's always winter break, and there's always spring break, and there's always next summer. And then 1 community event, I was able to check that off. So out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things, I was able to check off 7 of those things, 7.5 because of the books, but I think I did pretty good. And I feel like the goal wasn't necessarily to be perfect and have like this perfect, summer of checked off boxes, but to just be more intentional about how I spent my summer, to be a little bit more thoughtful about what I wanted to do with my time, how I wanted to show up for myself, what type of and how much rest I wanted to get for myself, and how I wanted my summer to look. And usually I didn't think much about that. I just kind of let the day tell me what it was that was needed, and I just would go with that. And so I'm really proud of myself for doing this list. I think it's something that I'm going to continue to do probably throughout the rest of my life. Like we only get so many summers, right? And I think we should make the best of them. Or, if you don't have summers off like I do, then on your vacation, right? Like if you get 2 weeks off from your job and you take those 2 weeks, make a bucket list of the things that you want to do when you take your PTO or you take your vacation time, or how you want to spend your holidays and different things like that, because the holidays are coming up. But yeah, even though it wasn't perfect, and I don't think I ever expected to check everything off on the box, but I just wanted to put some genuine thought into it. And I'm really glad that I did. So yeah, so I'm going to finish up my dinner. As you can see, I've put my hair in a braid because it's just too hot to wear down. I'm gonna finish my dinner and then I'm going to probably enjoy that tasty donut. I've been saving it for my dessert for this evening. I'm gonna have that delicious donut that I purchased earlier and enjoy the rest of my evening with Husbandtron on my final Friday of my summer break. I will say I am a little bit bummed, but I'm also really grateful that I have a great job to go back to. I like what I do very much, and I think that that's a blessing in and of itself, because I know there's so many jobs out there that can really like suck the life out of you. I've worked for some of them before, so I know that I'm really privileged to be able to return to a 9-to-5 that I actually enjoy. But yeah, so if you stayed all the way to the end of this video, I'm gonna have you put the money emoji, like the little stack of money or a money symbol in the comments, because of how much I paid for that doggone sweet green. I don't think I'm going back there often. Like, it's good in a pinch, but my gosh, like almost $40. Like, no. I just can't be spending that on two people. That just doesn't make no sense to me. But yeah, so if you stay to the end, throw that money emoji or a dollar sign in the comment section. And you can also rant about the price of food too, if you would like to, in the comment section. I'll comment back and reply and rant with you. And then of course, if you are not already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and like this video. I do have resources for you. I think I've talked about it before. I do have a free grocery guide, plant-based grocery guide and nutrition guide that is completely for free. So I'll make sure that I put the link in the description for you. I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.